Okay, hello everybody, welcome. This is episode 4 of the Ace Trainer podcast. I'm Jaws, joined by Necra, as always. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about this week. Of course, we did a little bit of a different episode last week. We just talked about the Pokemon card market, which was pretty interesting. If you haven't watched that one already, you can take a look at that. But this is episode 4, and we have some news, new sets, new full arts. We've got Unite news. We've got Sword and Shield news. Brilliant Diamond Pearl, Diamond Shining Pearl news. There's a lot going on this week.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited about this. And like just an update, if you did watch last week's episode, there was a great response from the Play Pokemon team to include more seats at the European International Championships. So we get both of our reigning champions back for TCG and VGC. That's kind of sick. And yeah, it was great to have that discussion, but I'm excited to talk about what's new this week. It's gonna be great.
Yes. Yeah, and we'll just pretend that was all of our doing that made them put out that announcement. And yeah, we'll just pretend that. Yeah, we have the greatest power in the Pokemon community right now. No, I'm joking. But of course, no, it was really nice that they actually put that out and able to get some of the reigning champions back, which is what people want to see. So that's really good. Right, first, port of call, the brand new secret rares from Time Gazer and Space Juggler have just been revealed on Poker Beach. We just use a lot of their stuff for our news segment. So thank you very much, Poker Beach. I do really appreciate you. But some of the pictures don't even open that big. Okay, that's unlucky. For our Spotify listeners too, you can just go on the Poker Beach website and it's one of the first links on there. But it is the Pokemon Legends of Arceus, some of their characters, which are making their way into the TCG. No surprise, but they look really cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. Playing through the game, it was really neat to see some of the kind of historical lore of the Sinnoh region and just kind of seeing how that was all translated into the card game also. We were just talking about that with Pokemon Go, right? And so it's neat to see that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are also getting character art and also the Hisuian Pokemon. Really
Yeah,
neat.
it's great. Adaman and Irida, I am really
Like
bad with names. Like
Iridescent? Irida?
Irida, I'm bad with names.
I think
That is
so.
just how it is, unfortunately. Especially with the new Pokemon, Gens 1 to 3, I'm fine. Just the gens after that, my brain it just swirls around like a bowl of soup. It's bad. But yeah, they get their own full art. Who is really surprised? But they get their own full arts, which is really awesome. And of course, character rares in general, or not character rares, sorry, full art trainer cards in general. Probably the most popular thing the Pokemon Company has ever released. Like the initial versions of the character or like the character trainer full arts, I think they blew everybody out of the water, and they just continue to do so. And in fact, I actually prefer these to some of the gold secret rares. I prefer seeing them in like the full color. That may be a little bit controversial there, but like I prefer
No, I
having the
don't
color
think so.
versions versus
I'm
the
with
gold.
you on this one. I'm with you on this one. I just feel like when you look at like a secret rare trainer, I like the rainbow. It's really pretty, but I think that the full art with the color is it wow, so much better.
It looks super good. And well, of course, we had Marnie recently as well in a couple of sets, and everybody loves Marnie. So at least a lot of people got to have her in both the Shiny V set and the most recent set. Oh, it's going to kill me what the names are. But yeah, so that's really cool. They're releasing as many of those cards as possible. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Well,
Right.
Marnie's really good in the TCG too. So
Oh, okay.
the
Well,
fact
there
that
you go.
she is also easier to access, being reprinted in multiple sets, good
Perfect.
stuff.
It's really interesting too, because the way I think about the trainer cards, the full art trainer cards, and the popular game or the anime characters that get put on the cards, like they must make them OP, or like not OP but like more viable, you know what I mean? So it hits the double like collector and player at the same time.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Would make sense. That's the way I do it. Right, Pokemon Unite news. Azumarill is being added to Pokemon Unite on the 7th of April, which is the date of the episode airing, as the new Melee All-Rounder. So that's pretty sick, actually. Azumarill making its way to Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, I just love that there's been this consistent wave of new licenses available in the game, and they're really fun. They're really, really fun to play. They're usually pretty OP when they get released, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely expecting the same out of Azumarill, but kind of have to make the character fun to play and then figure out how to tune it to fit into the meta correctly. But yeah, I'm super excited about that, and I'm sure there's a whole slew of other Pokemon that are going to be coming to the game. But it also comes at a good time, Jaws, because we
Hmm.
also just had the March finals for
We did.
Pokemon Unite, where we crowned 2 new champions for EU and NA.
Yes, PogChamp winning for EU and Team Blossom winning for NA. Team Blossom were formerly Team Shiny, which has been great to see because just consistently doing well. The game is an RNG, okay? As much as you want to say it is, I know for a fact some people are like, oh, it's RNG. Like, dude, random crits, yada, yada, yada. Look, if you're consistently becoming the best and winning these championships, hey, hopefully they end up doing like this World Cup kind of giant event, and we'll see Team PogChamp and Team Blossom make their way there, which is one thing that I think a ton about Unite. I'm playing it every now and then. When a new license drops, I tend to like play it for a few days here and there, and hopefully unlock the license and then just play them, see how OP they are, etc. But I really hope at some point they release not necessarily a roadmap, but just a big tournament at the very end of the year where they're just gonna boom, all the regions get to come together and it'll be just one giant like World Cup style tournament like they do for multiple other games.
That's like the World Championships that are going to happen in London this year.
Yeah,
Unite's
true.
actually going to be available then. But I think like it brings up a good point that I want to see people be able to compete in person. And so the World Championships is going to be the first time that that happens. The rest of the Unite circuit right now is completely online. But for the VGC, the TCG, Go, Pokken, we all get to compete in person. And there's just something so much better about that. And so I am very hopeful that Unite will get to a place where for the 2023 competitive season, we get to see them at regionals, at internationals, instead of just doing online formats like this, for
It
sure.
definitely feels like that's the way it's going, is just getting as many of the Pokemon related like esports or competitive titles, VGC, the TCG, etc., and having Unite in there. It just makes a whole lot of sense. Just throwing Unite in there with everything else, and then everybody can kind of come together and just enjoy the franchise and take part in the different tournaments and watch multiple things too. I mean, if I was a person going to an event or a tournament and there's multiple different ones going on at the same time that I'm interested in, like that's even better. It's like a spectator's point as well. So hopefully that ends up being the case with Pokemon Unite. Yeah, kind of. That was funny. I'm like, yeah, they should definitely have a world championship. Oh, they do. Oh, okay, well.
You were on it.
There you go. Yeah, I was already on it. Yeah, my brain was going there. Okay, the Mudkip Community Day Classic, Sunday, 10th of April from 2 till 5 p.m. local time.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. It is the next installment in the Community Day Classic series that Pokemon Go introduced earlier this year. We had Bulbasaur Community Classic Day, which was really fun. And this time around, if you catch a Mudkip and you evolve it during the time period, you get access to Hydro Cannon, which is typically a move that you learn through an Elite Charge TM, which are pretty rare. So really great for PvP, and maybe you'll get a shiny one.
That'd be cool. Shiny Mudkip, definitely up there in terms of shinies.
Oh yeah.
The pinky purpley, yeah. I love, of all the Gen 3 starters, obviously Mudkip's the best one. Let's be real with ourselves. But also the best shiny version, it being pink. Really? If that's the only thing you need to do to a Pokemon shiny form, just make it pink and it looks epic. Yeah, that should be super fun. And yeah, having those special set moves or special moves that you can only get through other routes that are a little bit harder is really awesome to see, because maybe you've been super unlucky and you've not been able to get that before, like with the Elite Charge TM, like you said, but actually just having an event where you can just kind of attend and, hey, you get it and you evolve it and you get Hydro Cannon. So that's really awesome. And it does remind me actually of a video I'd watched a while ago that was like the rarest like VGC Pokemon available. And it was a Magikarp with I can't remember the move. Oh my god! But it was a Magikarp that was given away as like it was in Japan, like as a university challenge kind of thing. University Magikarp. Someone will probably correct me in the comments, and I have to look up after this, but. It was like the rarest Pokemon in the VGC era because you could only get it at a certain time. And this was, of course, way back when in the early 2000s. Like, who's traveling, especially from like America and the European region to Japan to get that thing? So, yeah, never going to happen. But that I found that really cool. How many are there out there? No clue. Another Pokemon that's being released in a different game. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. You can get the member card via the Internet Mystery Gift, and you can get yourself a Darkrai. So we've had not only an Arceus being released, Arceus and a Darkrai now coming into the game. So that's really cool. Pokemon that have typically been hard to get now coming in through Mystery Gift.
Yeah, I'm not super sure if the Darkrai is going to be shiny locked, but like the Arceus and the Shaman weren't. So you could reset for them and get yourself a shiny of those Pokemon, but Darkrai shiny looks super clean. So I do hope that's not shiny locked. It's like instead of like the black, it's like a purpley, like a dark purpley black. I have one in Go. Yeah. That's the only reason why now.
Yeah, it's a bit hard remembering every shiny sprite versus like the regular sprites, you know. I'm not much of a shiny hunter either.
Some of them don't even look very different either.
Yeah.
So like the shiny Zapdos and the normal Cantonian Zapdos, can't tell.
Yeah, they're kind of just slightly different shades of the yellow from the Zapdos. I remember the first shiny actually I got, or no, the first shiny I saw, you've probably got a story like this too, and I'm sure people out there listening have got a story like this as well, but the first shiny I ever saw, I thought it was a glitch. My friend found an Aron in Ruby that had red eyes, and we were like, what the hell? Like, that must be a glitch. And he was like, oh, I'll just catch it because like that's really weird because normally the eyes are blue and they are red now for some reason, you know? And we were always like, what the hell is this? Not knowing, of course, it was a shiny Pokemon. So that was like the first shiny I ever saw. The first one I ever caught, at this point I knew what shinies were, thankfully. But I caught on like Route 1 in Ruby and Sapphire. In Sapphire, I got it in. It was a shiny Poochyena on like one of my first trips out with Pokeballs. And I still have that Pokemon too. I still have it. As a Poochyena, never leveled it up, never like removed it from the box. It is still on my original cartridge back in the UK. So, I mean, I'm sure lots of people have got stories like that. What was your first shiny Pokemon?
My first shiny was a Dustox. I was just like walking around in like the forest in game. I don't even remember what game it was, but it was just like a random shiny that I had encountered in the wild. And I kid you not, I have not run into a regular wild full-on shiny ever again.
Really?
It has been 10 years and I have not run into a full-on wild shiny.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
And hatch things. But
yeah, I've attempted to do that. I reset Soul Silver like 1 billion times to try and get a shiny Cyndaquil. Didn't happen. I ended up just playing the game. I'm looking at shiny Dustox right now. Yeah, it's sort of like a slight palette swap. It's actually a kind of a cool palette swap. It's got like brown wings, so it's like more like a moth, like a traditional moth, which is kind of sweet. Yeah. I mean,
I didn't know it was shiny either, though. To be fair, yeah, I was until I saw the sparkles, and I was like, oh,
oh my god. Okay, I need to catch it. Can you imagine as kids? You are doing exactly the same thing we did, walking through random routes with Pokeballs. You stumble across a Pokemon, and then you take like maybe you're watching something else because you're like just going through the game, and you take a look at it, and then you hit run, and you're like, oh
no,
I just ran away from the shiny. Are you serious?
Oh no, that reminds me though. So Small Ant, I think it was Small Ant. He did a video that he had to complete a game with just shiny Pokemon. And so I remember he was resetting. Yeah, he was running into Voltorb to try to get a Voltorb. And he ran from the first shiny he saw because it was muscle memory for him to just run away.
Oh, that is bad.
He had so many resets, and he just ran from it. Oh, it was so painful. And then he had to do like another 5,000 resets or something for the second one. It was... insane.
You'd be good. Luckily, Small Ant has the persistence. I've never seen persistence like that before. Like, that guy is incredible. 20, 30 plus hours straight he'll be able to play any video game. It feels like it's very crazy. Let us know in your comments below too if what your funny shiny story is. It'll be great to hear. Right, the next portion of news. Registration for the next international challenge in Pokemon Sword and Shield is now open, so you can go and sign up for that. And if you compete and get a shiny Galarian Zapdos, Moltres, so that's pretty cool. Like a Galarian 1-2, that is like they must be some of the most popular legendary forms of Pokemon in recent times because the Moltres specifically is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's this really beautiful bird. Like, it's also really good competitively too. But, Jaws, have you seen the shiny versions of these Galarian birds?
I am Googling it right now. Oh, they're like the OG
Cantonian
colors.
color palettes. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Oh my God.
They're so clean. And, like, I'm really excited about it. And the best part is you can sign up. All you have to do is play 3 games. That's it. 3 games, win or lose, you get to access the shiny bird at the end of the competition when it gets handed out. So
there you go. I just put it on screen now. There's an image for it. I don't want to click the link, but there you go. Yeah, so you can see the shiny Zapdos is just regular color Zapdos, and then Moltres the same thing. Man, that is pretty awesome. And compared to their Galarian forms, of course, I do love the Articuno though. The Galarian form, the colors. There's like the lavender and then the white accents, which are really cool. God damn. I really hope they end up doing, well, I'm sure they will. I can't imagine they won't do this, but I hope in the future they're going to continue to do this. They could do it with the lake spirits too, and like Mesprit and whatnot. They could do different forms of those, and then you could do forms of anything, you know what I mean? Suicune, Entei, Raikou, you could also do those, just different forms of whatever, basically. Because I think the legendaries, of course, they're the more popular Pokemon just in general, but having different forms of those is always going to be cool, and it's definitely a way for fans, I think, to connect with them more, which is really cool. I'm actually super impressed by the color palettes. Actually, I'm looking at them now. I'm like, God damn, that's really cool. The Moltres one especially. That's sick.
They're really, really cool. And I agree with you. I really want to see more regional forms. I know I saw a bunch of people on Twitter talking about how, if Oricorio isn't added to Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, we're going to riot. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. There is a form of Oricorio that looks like a salsa dancer. So, like, you kind of have to have that in the game, I feel like. But even having like regional forms that were more Spanish focused for the new games, I think that's going to be really cool. Like I could definitely see them doing new versions of, God, are they dogs or cats? That's another good one for the comments. Are Suicune, Entei, and Raikou dogs or cats? But that trio, I feel like they would do a release of them maybe in a
They definitely will. Like they're the most popular legendaries, or at least up there for sure. Are they dogs or cats? Okay, I'm doing it again. I'm googling it right now. Well, because they're called the legendary dog trio, right?
I think so, but like people, I don't know. People have made arguments for that they're cats. I'm just saying. I'm not really sure what boat I'm in anymore, but they look like dogs to me.
Yeah. And the audience can look with me as well. Oh, that's the legendary bird trio. Sorry. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, so you can kind of... I don't know. I don't know. Oh, there's the shiny versions. They look like cats to me. But I don't know if that's because I'm a cat person over a dog person, but like...
But see, this is the problem. Like, I feel like everybody views them through a different lens.
Yes.
So we're not really sure. I feel like it's a split community, but maybe I'm also biased because, like, I very much want to believe that they're dogs.
Yes.
But I'm also a dog person, so.
And I love how every post here says legendary beasts. It doesn't say legendary dog. Well, one of them does, but most of them say legendary beast. Bulbapedia, legendary beasts. So, Pokemon Company, I'm going to require an answer from you in my DMs. I need to know. The community needs to know. I think, to me, like, okay, hear me out. Raikou, saber-toothed tiger, that's a cat, right? That makes sense. Okay, so at least one of them is a cat. Entei, I guess they don't really have fangs, really. He's got like plate armor on his face, so that's a bit more of a difficult one. And then Suicune looks like a greyhound almost. I don't know.
See, Suicune to me is definitely a dog. And Raikou, I definitely think is a cat. But what is Entei?
In the middle, a hybrid,
It's
a
both. It's a cat
cat
dog.
dog hybrid,
Okay,
like
that's
from
fair.
Nickelodeon back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, then
I think we've solved
maybe
the
it makes
mystery.
sense that they're the legendary beasts. We
Yeah,
solved it.
we
We
solved
solved
it.
it.
There's one cat, one dog, and there's one cat dog. Easy, done, done.
I love it. That's it. Discussion over.
Discussion over. Pokemon Company don't require an answer from you anymore. We have solved the mystery. Speaking of legendaries too, by the way, I just showed it on screen there. Sorry again for our Spotify viewers. You can watch this episode on YouTube, but the shiny forms of those are incredible too.
Yeah.
It was one of the shinies that I kind of always wanted to get was the Suicune one because it was like all blue. Like, blue's my favorite color. What a surprise, you know. Like, Suicune was definitely like the dog that I wanted in a shiny, and I don't really have the patience to sit and reset. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of resets if you're very unlucky.
Yeah, if you're unlucky. I did that with Lugia as well. On my Soul Silver cartridge, just resetting, and I reset, I don't know how many times, I didn't get it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to catch it. I can't, I know Lugia, pretty sick shiny, but I just have to catch it. There's just no way. The legendary beasts too, that was around the time I got back into card collecting, which is when they had the shiny versions in the tins. Do you remember those?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do remember that.
They were awesome. You know what's really dumb? Probably should have bought those at that time, but I was a poor university student, so I didn't actually have any money, which kind of sucked. But I really wish I did buy those because a fun fact before we quickly get into the next segment is that those tins that had the legendary dogs in is pretty well known now, I think. So you probably already know this, but the tin sometimes would not even have the correct booster packs in. They would sometimes have, because this is where it was like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Undaunted, like that kind of era. They had Crystal Guardians in sometimes. Like every now and then you'd find a Crystal Guardians booster pack in there, which is pretty sick. Like Crystal Guardians is a good set, like really nice set. And it's from the EX era too, which is my favorite era of cards. And I never saw one personally like opened and then, wow, there's the Crystal Guardians pack. But I know of cases where that's been a thing because I believe they contained Call of Legends, HS Undaunted, and something else. It might have been the other Heart Gold booster pack.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Last segment. We have Pokemon Card of the Week. I added a sound effect. Boom. There you go. It is going to be one of the character rares from the trainer gallery, technically, and it is Octillery this time around. A Pokemon that doesn't get enough love, I think. Got a little bit of love in Arceus, but I thought this would be a good one because seeing a full art with Octillery and someone trying to catch it, I think was pretty good.
Yeah, I love the artwork for this card. I also agree with you that Octillery has not gotten enough love. And I think it's great to see, at least in the card game as well, a lot of Pokemon that are not necessarily as good in the video game competitive or like Pokemon Go competitive. Like they all feature different Pokemon that are really strong. And like Octillery, I think just being a part of the single strike, I think
Rapid
Strike or single strike? Rapid Strike, yeah. Rapid Strike line is just it's just cool to be able to see that potentially get some play.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I've always enjoyed, and I think the Pokemon community in general loves the character rares and Ramarade too. Like who remembers Ramarade? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you get these Pokemon that are like a little bit unforgettable, but Octillery a little less forgettable now, especially having the alpha form in Arceus as well. That was one of my favorite things actually about the game. Going to the coast area and catching one of the Octillery there, so that was cool. So yeah, that's our Pokemon Card of the Week, and with that is going to be it for this week. Hope you enjoyed watching. If you haven't done already, hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and tell me, and tell us, in fact, what your favorite bit of news was from this week. But other than that, we'll see you all very soon. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye.